coming knocking on your door. Well, I'ma maintain, I'm staying so high. Got her all the way up till we touch the sky. And you know you're dead wrong, you would love with a lie. All I wanna do is free your mind.
Why have I not heard this? Okay, cool. So it has only just very recently occurred to me that I have only heard Mac Miller Swimming once. The day it dropped, it was the same day Astroworld dropped. I listened to it once, and I don't believe I've returned to it since. So I effectively remember nothing from this album aside from What's the Use. I thought it would be a good time to go and effectively listen to Swimming for the first time on camera, especially like since Circles came out. I've been diving back into Mac's back catalogue slowly but surely. Circles is an album that I loved. It was one of my favourite albums of 2020. And of course, hopefully listening to Swimming can give me even more context for the narrative of Circles, because they are companion pieces. Straight into it. First song, Come Back to Earth.
My regrets look just like texts I shouldn't send. In my own way, this feel like living.
So rich and jazzy, man.
Reality, and I was drowning, but now I'm swimming. Too stressful water.
I love that metaphor as well. I was drowning, but now I'm swimming.
I'll probably never even tell myself. My regrets look just like texts I shouldn't send.
I love that lyric. I love my regrets look just like text I should have sent. I love that lyric. It's just like, it's such a simple, like mundane example to explain a much bigger point. I'll do anything for a way out of my head. Yeah, as I was expecting, because again, companion piece of Circles, jazzy, psychedelic, almost singer-songwriter shit as opposed to the rap shit that he's previously known for. John Bryan, man, you're a fucking different gravy level of producer. But yeah, I love just how that has seemed to just perfectly set the tone for what's to come. Next song is Hurt Feelings. I love that's kind of like a paradox. I'm always saying I won't change, but I ain't the same. It's this vicious cycle, like you're swimming in circles. Ah!
Everybody tripping, throwing it away. We was getting lifted, now we getting paid. I keep my head above the water, my eyes getting bigger, so the world's getting smaller. I be getting richer, but that only made me crazy. Mama told me I was different even when I was a baby.
Or this instrumental is like, you can hear it's this amalgamation of, of 3 or 4 different sounds. Like the guitars are watery, psychedelic. There's like trap drums in there. It's jazzy as well, but it's also kind of boom bap. It's all these things at the same time.
We don't wanna. Yep, I'm too grounded. Push whips that move mountains. New crisp blue fountains. These are my surroundings.
Man said I'm too grounded. I push whips that move mountains.
I ain't the same. Everything is different, but I can't complain. You don't know what you miss. Shame on you. Yeah.
Fucking, I love that song. So the next song is What's the Use, which is the one I vividly remember. I remember it's just so fucking funky. I was rinsing this in 2018. The bass is fucking ridiculous.
You can love it, you can leave it. This ain't nothing about it. Get a little sentimental when I'm off the juice.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Okay, we're colder than the breeze, but the breeze ain't flowing like me, motherfucker. Hold up.
Yeah, What's the Use? I've heard it many, many times. Love that song. So next song is Perfecto.
Yeah.
Very dreamlike.
Well, it ain't perfect, but I don't mind. Because it's worth it. It ain't perfect, but I don't mind.
It's weird, there's this theme running through where he says, his life isn't like this, or his mental state isn't like this, and it's clearly not what he wants, but he's like learning to accept it, and I don't know. I think that's quite sad.
I'm treading water, I swear that if I drown, I don't care. They call it for
If I drown, I don't care.
sure, I need more. Well, it ain't perfect, but I don't mind. On the surface, I look so fine, but really I'm bugging, making something.
On the surface, I look fine, but really, I'm bugging. So it's kind of twofold because you can interpret that line as a high-profile celebrity that Mac was. On the surface, he has to keep up appearances for people. Be this performer for millions and millions of fans. But inside, he's struggling with it. But also, if you're dealing with depression or addiction or anything like that, again, like, depression doesn't have a face. Addiction doesn't have a face. It can be happening to anyone. And clearly, Mac was going through these things. And he's saying, I might look okay on the surface, but inside, there's some shit happening.
But do say with the homies like it's Kool-Aid. Me, I'm just trying to play.
Do say with the Kool-Aid. I like that.
Over matter, I'm purer than alkaline. No,
Just play it cool, baby. Just play it cool.
What?
Cool.
well, it ain't perfect, but I don't mind because it's working. Yeah.
Oh, it's got quite dark.
Tell me you love me, spin me around. Pretty please pick me up in the air and don't put me down.
Fucking that outro part literally genuinely gave me shivers. That was beautiful. Okay, next song is Self Care, and this one rings a bell. The title. So this may be the other one that I actually remember alongside What's the Use.
I switched to down zone, but what do I know? Spending nights hitchhiking wherever I go.
I love it when just the instrumentals of an album they sound like the theme and the title of the album. So many of these instrumentals sound wavy and watery.
Like September I fall down below. Now know that the medicine be on call. Yeah. Feeling like you hot enough to melt. Yeah. Can't trust no one, can't even trust yourself.
Yeah.
Somebody save me from myself. Yeah. Tell them they can take that and then I roll out.
I do not remember this at all.
I didn't know. So for now I'm just chilling. Plus I know it's a
Again, so many of these themes of this album is these repeating cycles and these paradoxes. It says, I've got all the time in the world, so right now I'll be chilling. If this is a reference to any type of addiction, he made allusions to alcoholism in this song and the previous song with the Do Say Kool-Aid bar, then it's the same kind of thing. If you're just chilling, if you just say, I've got all the time in the world to start to try and get sober or something like that, I can start whenever I want. But obviously that's the sign of someone who is addicted and who needs help. This is fucking angelic. It's a beautiful feeling in oblivion. That kind of reminds me of on Igor, where Tyler says, I wade in your water, I found peace in drowning. Obviously that's an allusion to a romantic situation not going the way he wanted, but it's the same kind of sentiment where you're so deep in this dark place that you've started to you're trying with all your might to find a silver lining in that dark place you're in. The next song is Wings.
Yeah.
It's off kilter.
I got a bone to pick like roses. I ain't feeling broken no more. Bought a fish that got spin, I know this. Talking shit, I wander through the motives. I'm just trying to ride and feel the breeze with something bad beside next to me. Wind in my face. Don't stop now when it feels so great. You can run till you slip on the sidewalk in the same bone that you pick on break. That's a motif. Yeah. When it's coming right back. Still ain't adding
This
up.
instrumental is fucking ridiculous in the best possible way. Oh, I love this. I'm only 2 minutes in. I think this might be one of the best Mac Miller songs I think I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I love that instrumental. I love
Well, moving so fast, the clock looks slow. Slow.
it. So it's so subtle as
That's
well.
why I just keep to myself. Get what I need, tell me out. Who can search the universe with me? Lucifer's human, sorry.
That flow.
All I ever want is what I need, and that don't include your time and company. Well, look. The sun is shining, I can look.
I don't know why. My favorite part of this song is the strings. They're so subtle and they only come in small portions, but it just I don't know. It just makes the song more like 3-dimensional to me. There's some fucking Pink Matter type bass in there as well. Oh yeah, genuinely maybe one of the best Mac Miller songs I've ever heard. I love it. Was so like serene and. It was weird. It was serene. It was calming. It was quirky, different left field as well. Yeah, that song, that shit was fucking sick. Next song is Ladders.
I know it feels so good right now, but it all come falling down. When the night,
I don't know if it's gonna drop or not.
all dry, you never seem to be so real. It feels so good right now, but it all come falling down.
Facts.
Feel it a little, feel it a lot. I'm swimming a bit, but deeper in thought. Keeping my head on top of my shoulders. Into some shit, I'm out of the box.
Oh my fucking god, this is beautiful.
I'm all needing it up right now and forever is gone. Baby, the weather is strong, whether it's hot or cold. I'm coming knocking on your door.
Again, it sounded like it's about to drop. He said, baby, the weather is strong, whether it's hot or cold. Again, because of the context of this album and Circles, I'm going to assume that this is a reference to a mental state of being or mental health. Hot might be positive emotions or, having a good day. Cold is those bad days, those dark days. And the weather is like those emotions are strong when you keep feeling those polar opposites up and down. And I can imagine it's, quite intense.
Coming knocking on your door. Well, I'ma maintain, I'm staying so high. Got her all the way up till we touch
What?
And you know you're dead wrong, you would love with a lie. All I wanna do is free your mind.
Why have I not fucking heard this?
Yeah, see the bigger picture when it's beneficial. Look at how it you blow the whistle when you run out of time. Yeah, waking up, I open up my. Now we gotta find a way. So now we gotta.
I like that as well because it's progressed from the previous lyric. I don't know if it was the last one of the song before where he says he has all the time in the world, and now he's saying we don't have a lot of time to waste.
I wouldn't wait forever. Just shoot your shot.
Bro, it sounds like they got fucking Quincy Jones in this motherfucker.
We all we got.
Different gravy. Jesus Christ, I wasn't expecting to hear anything that like grandiose and just full and rich and jazzy and funky. Oh my goodness gracious me, that song was special. Okay, so next up is Small Worlds.
You never told me being rich was so lonely. Nobody know me. Oh well, hard to complain from this 5-star hotel. I'm always in a rush. I've been thinking.
That's kind of fucked up because it sounds like he said it's hard to complain from this 5-star hotel, but when you're rich, you're lonely. And that's, again, it's all these polar opposites of this duality where he recognizes the things that are going on inside his head almost like in real time. But for him saying that line, it's hard to feel like that in a 5-star hotel may suggest like some sense of guilt for feeling that because he's so, financially privileged.
Tomorrow may be right around the corner, but I swear it's gonna be worth it if I make it. Right?
Well, he said, tomorrow might be right around the corner, but it'll be worth it if I make it. That reminds me of the line in Complicated where he says, some people say they want to live forever. That's way too long. I'll just make it through the day, or I just want to get through the day.
I'm tired, I don't got a spare second. When I lose, I don't keep.
He's got more gradual and gradual. He initially started out saying he had all this time to just chill. Then he said we don't have enough time to waste a day, and now he doesn't even have a second. Okay, so the next track is Conversation Part 1.
I'm feeling good and hating. Shit, I don't recognize these faces.
Ooh.
Yeah. Where you from? Where you came? That ain't entertaining.
I love the combination of the deep, like, fat sounding drums and the clearly very sequence programmed hi-hats. I love that combination.
Yeah. Where you from? Where you came? Started in the basement.
Those drums are going fucking crazy. And who's producing this? Woo! Cardo is fucking one of the most underrated producers in the world, I'm telling you. Next track is Dunno.
Well, we was fucking almost missed my flight. But I've never seen you feel that free.
Like a playground song playing in the background.
You're so cute, you wanna be like me. I'm always taking too long.
He's kind of like some of the themes of this album, again, you know, vicious cycles, self-acceptance, but also this like he plays with this thing of this like time fixation where he doesn't have enough time, then he has all the time in the world, and he flip-flops between these two concepts.
I know.
This is maybe like one of the more hopeful tracks, sounds. Next one up is Jet Fuel. Oh, dancehall, this is... You've literally got the waves crashing in as well.
Yeah. Used to wanna be a superhero, flying around with a cape and bad guys. Made a couple million off of rap lines. Y'all can't tell me nothing no more. Came from the basement, under that floor. You don't come close, you don't need to know him to go.
And I would love to know who's produced this, because it sounds interesting as fuck. Oh shit! That's why it's DJ Dahi and Mac and Steve Lacy. That's a very, very strong combo. What the fuck?
Okay,
I like that.
okay, now I'm in the clouds, come down when I run out of jet fuel.
This feels like, I don't know, I want to say like Erykah Badu, Outkast Aquemini inspired.
Longer than I did expect to. I was out of town getting lost till
This song is going places that I was not expecting.
I'm in the clouds, come down when I run out of jet fuel.
Fucking getting Bon Iver in here. With how easy and woozy that song was, I wasn't expecting to hear like a vocoder outro on that. But yeah, I thought that outro was beautiful. Again, I don't really have another word to describe it. The next song is 2009, and I think this might be the other one that I'm familiar with, but let's play it anyway. Oh yeah, I remember this. It's like it's like a really like reflective
I don't
song.
need to lie no more. Nowadays all I do is shine, take a breath and get if it's mine.
100% remember 2009. So the last song is So It Goes.
Yeah. Well, you could have the world in the palm of your hand, you still might drop it. And everybody wanna reach inside your pockets, we'll call it even. I bring more flavor than all the seasons. Winter, spring, summer, fall, the grass is always greener till I cut it all. Please lead me to my studies.
This sounds like him like just shutting off the outside world, which is, you know, kind of a sad note to end an album on, especially, you know, the what ended up being the final album to be released while he was still alive.
La da 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 da
La da 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 da.
Still standing, sit down. Whoa,
Synthi porn. Woo!
now I'm back in town. Show you the ropes.
Woo! I mean, it's fucking crescendo. producing this? Oh, it's John Bryan, of course. He's done most of the fucking album. So cinematic. The Matrix is breaking. Okay, that was Swimming. Easily from the first proper listen, hear how it fits together with Circles. I'd love to go and listen to Swimming and Circles back to back just to see how they fit as this one extended piece of music. Aesthetically, lyrically, sonically, cohesive as fuck. Like most, if not all, of Mac's projects I've heard so far. I think that's the one thing you can't really ever knock him for, is that cohesion he has with all of his projects. I'm glad that Circles exists, because if this was like the last word from Mac, this like unfinished word, it would have been kind of like a bum note to end on. And me knowing how Circles is kind of, to me at least, it's a slightly more optimistic and positive album by the time you get to the end. I mean, but of course, you know, some of that context may change listening to Swimming and Circles back to back, or when you listen to them in a circle, you know, swimming circle. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Swimming. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Is this one of Mac's best projects ever? Make sure to like, subscribe, dong the bell, and I will see you next time.